shade. Good and the bad, it's okay. I'm good either way. Oh, nobody messing up my day. Better get one thing straight. You can try to hate, you can throw shade. Good and the bad, it's okay.
12. Now I told y'all I'm gonna give y'all the bad, the ugly, and then a little hope. Now, because you just seen what you just seen, right? It causes it causes a ripple effect. And this ripple effect ain't right, you know. Everybody crashing out, going crazy. So look, when you see this,
more than 100 companies are laying
off
this January.
You're gonna start feeling bad for your people.
Of the 15,000 probationary employees at Treasury to be fired on Tuesday.
Mass layoffs are expected in January 2026.
99,500 employees, and they're bringing that down to 75,000, so 25,000-ish.
If you have a job right now, do not leave your job. This could actually be like the end of jobs. I'm not kidding.
Layoffs are exploding across America right now, and I don't think most people realize just how bad it's getting. We're talking about millions of jobs gone, literally, entire industries cutting back, and 2026 is shaping up to be even worse. So let's now break down what's really happening and what you can do about it.
Happy New Year. I just got laid off. That's never happened to me before, so I guess new life experiences, right? If anybody has any advice, it'd be great.
So we've all been making fun of unemployed people. Meanwhile, experts are saying that in 2 years, AI will be able to automate 99% of tasks on computers. So unemployment's going to go 50, 60% on the conservative side. 5 years after that, they're going to have robots that can do most labor jobs. So now we're talking unemployment 90, maybe even more than 90%. So maybe those unemployed people are just pre-firing the world that we're about to go into.
AI can only take your job if you let it, and it is never too late to start learning something new. First things first, make it an...
Brad's gonna crash out. The guy that we just passed, he's gonna crash out. Oh, he's gonna crash out. He's like, fucking mom, I went to fucking school for this shit, and I did not sign up for this. I did not sign. You said go to school. You said go to college. I went to college, came out. Now Brad's gonna crash out. Brad is going to go. Listen here, buddy. Give me a shit. Give me a shit. Did you not hear me? This buddy. He gonna go home to his mom. Brad, what did you do today? Oh, you gonna hear this. FBI, open up! Niggas is gonna raid. I'm telling you, when it's time, it's time. It's time, chat. I got mine. Do you have yours? Because I'm ready. Let's get back to it.
effort to get really comfortable with these softwares. So ChatGPT, Gemini, any sort of AI plugin tool that's even on Microsoft Word, on Canva, or whatever tools you use in your day, whether it even be Figma, just start playing around with them and just get familiar and comfortable with how AI interfaces even work.
AI is not going to take your job. People who know how to use AI are going to take your job.
If you are poor in the next 5 years, it is your fault.
Facts.
If you listen to this podcast
just to get replaced by a bot, I showed y'all the bots.
Day in, day out, learning all the tools of AI.
Did I not show y'all the bots? Did I not show y'all the bot? I showed y'all the bad. I'm going to show you the ugly. And I'm going to give you hope. Because that's what I'm here for. My voice is going to be heard all year. Gifted Fella's voice will be heard all year. We're going to show you the bad. We're going to show you the good sometimes. We're going to give you hope. That's what we're here for.
You are a fucking loser. It's your fault. You will be left behind.
Yeah.
And the world will change.
Layoffs usually aren't random. They hit the people who are easiest to replace. Every major shift in history shows one thing. Survival depends on how fast you adapt to a changing environment. Right now, that environment is being reshaped, by AI. So that's why I want to mention today's sponsor, OutSkill. Now, OutSkill is one of the largest AI education platforms in the world, with over 10 million lifetime bonuses, including how to prepare for them. It's also important to join the WhatsApp community, since that's where you across America, eh?
So, fun fact, there has been 1.1 million job layoffs since 2025 began. And that number is currently the highest that it's been since 2020. It's basically lawless out there right now. And I personally think that companies shouldn't be allowed to just lay off whoever they want whenever they want. Like, if companies have record profits that year, they should not be allowed to lay anyone off. Also, I'd really like the statistics on how many of those jobs are just going to get backfilled in another country. At the moment, there's basically zero accountability from any of these companies.
More than 100 companies are laying off this January. You know, I took notes. Let's talk about it. If you think that January layoffs were a surprise, or if you have not yet heard about them, they are coming. Over 100 companies have filed official warn notices, which are legally required when companies plan mass layoffs. That list includes Amazon, FedEx, General Motors, Nike, Verizon, Wells Fargo, McDonald's, Spirit Airlines, and many, many, many more. Here's what a warn notice means. So under federal law, companies must give 60 days notice before laying off 50 or more workers, cutting 1/3 of a work site, laying off 500 employees total. So these layoffs were decided before the holidays. I'm sure you've heard of some of them. According to the article that I read, more than 1.1 million layoffs happened in 2025. I actually believe there was more, but we couldn't really track that because we missed some of those numbers towards the end of last year due to the government shutdown. Unemployment claims are rising. Economists say layoffs don't always signal a collapsing economy. Experts point to corporate restructuring, profit maximizing decisions, leadership prioritizing shareholders, uncertainty around trade, fiscal policy, and AI. One labor economist says uncertainty makes employers pull back on hiring. An HR consultant says this isn't about the economy falling apart, it's about who companies are choosing to protect. Bottom line, January layoffs are coming. They're documented, they're planned, they are already in motion. Well, guys, different year, same shit.
The LA Times released an article talking about all of the layoffs that have started or are coming because this administration continues to tell you that jobs are doing great. They added 119,000 jobs to the country last year. Yeah? Wait till you hear this. So unemployment rose to 4.4%. In November, Verizon started laying off their employees, and by the end of the year, they had cut 13,000 jobs. General Motors, through Michigan and Ohio, cut 1,700. Paramount, they did a merger with Skydance, and they laid off 2,000 employees, 10% of its workforce. And thanks to AI, Amazon and UPS will be cutting. Amazon cut 14,000 and UPS cut 48,000. Target is cutting 1,800 corporate positions. Nestle, 16,000 jobs globally. Lufthansa, a group, they're cutting 4,000 jobs by 2030. Novo Nordisk is going to cut 9,000 jobs, which is 11% of its workforce. ConocoPhillips, part of a broader effort from the company to cut cost, anywhere from 2,600 to 3,200 by the end of the year. So that already happened. Intel is cutting, let's see, they had 99,500 employees and they're bringing that down to 75,000, so 25,000 employees. Microsoft is cutting 6,000. Procter & Gamble is cutting 7,000. Holy shit. Sounds like everyone's doing great, huh? And that's on top of, remember back in March, the steel...
Nah, not me. Not me. I'm walking through the front door. Oh, y'all gonna fire me? It's like that? Nah, not me. Not me. Get him, Brad. I'm supporting you. No. Do you know people? Chat, let me talk to you for 1 second. Do y'all know people that's been working there for years? Getting laid off like they lamb, like they meat? Oh, I'm walking through the front door. Oh, you gonna fire me over a bot? Are you crazy? Everybody. I'm the guy going around the corners. You feel me? I'm not.
Corp companies laid off 12,000 jobs.
Okay, federal employee friends, I'm back again. This time with potentially not great news. I'm starting to hear rumors, mostly rumors. I have seen one email from the union at the U.S. Treasury Department that says they've been notified to expect approximately 9,000 of the 15,000 probationary employees at Treasury to be fired on Tuesday. So if you're with Treasury or any of the underlying organizations and you're probationary, I'd highly advise that you make sure your supervisor has email and phone number for you, your union steward has email and phone number for you, ways to contact you, and that as soon as you can, you start printing off all of your personnel files that you have access to freely. If you can't do that until you get into the office on Tuesday, make sure it's done, because you don't know if you're going to be one of these estimated 9,000. Sorry to bring this bad news. It sucks to get on a Sunday night. I know tomorrow is a holiday for most people, so you have one extra day. That's good, but we're not.
Marvel Studios has announced that it will be leaving Fayette County in Georgia and taking its 20,000 jobs with it to Germany.
Not Marvel.
This will add to the over 800,000 layoffs that have already occurred in the United States so far in 2025. Now, for anybody unfamiliar, this area of Georgia was kind of the unofficial film capital of the South, where companies traditionally had gone there for cheaper labor, less taxes, all of that in Georgia in order to have a good employer environment. But Marvel cited that the main driver was healthcare cost and how much it cost them versus what they would be paying in Germany to move the operations there. So again, not a good sign when you have this kind of mass influx of jobs either leaving America or companies downsizing this much for the already very inflated that economy that we have here in 2025. And I don't pretend to know what the answer is or have the solution to solve all of this. I just know that the trend of all the layoffs that have happened this year is very concerning for a person that is an expert in the field of employee turnover and of job creation. So when you look at it like this, it's not a good sign. And I really hope that we can turn things around here and that these layoffs stop in America. There was just announcements last week from both Nike and Coca-Cola that they're having layoffs as well at Nike for their corporate office, and Coca-Cola is closing a very large plant, and there's a lot of jobs that are going to get lost there too and be laid off. So here's hoping that we can turn things around as a country. But what do you guys think about
Everything
this?
fucking
Starbucks
closing.
is closing
Ain't nothing
434
new.
stores in the U.S., and it's the largest shutdown since 2008. Do you remember what happened in 2008? The Great Recession. And this is only the first wave. Mass layoffs are expected in January 2026. We have already lost 1.2 million jobs, the highest amount of job loss since COVID. Unemployment average is 4.6%, but it's as high as 6% in other states. And yes, that number has gone up every single month. We have a record number of manufacturing plants closing, mostly in red states. We have lost 58,000 manufacturing jobs and climbing. Companies are not hiring. We now have a tariff, an extra tax on U.S. importers passed on to the consumer. Grocery prices have been skyrocketing. This is a very bad time to lose your job because there's no more Affordable Care Act. Yes, Republicans got rid of it with no plan after 16 years. 28 million Americans use the Affordable Care Act, and mostly in red states. Hi, my name's Christina. I have a master's degree in business. Please do the best that you can to not spend money and get your finances in order.
Who isn't getting laid off right now? Like, I just got another friend tell me that he's getting laid off. And like, that's like 3 in a week. I feel like nobody's really talking about how the economy is heading into the shitter. And like, I mean, everybody's been saying, you know, eat the rich and corporate greed for the past 3-4 years. But the only reason why those companies were so freaking greedy is because money was free.
Matter of fact, I take it back, chat. That's Brad. This guy right here, he's going to crash out. He's the guy. He's the guy. FBI, open up! Yup. He is going to go haywire. Yo, everybody in the neighborhood gonna be looking at what's going on. Is that Brad's house? FBI, open up! That's Brad, chat.
And that's one of the problems that we've had. You know, Peter Schiff has been talking about this for years. And if we want change, we have to be talking about this stuff. We have to be communicating. It's getting personal, right? It's already getting personal, but we got to spread it out. Every day we should be talking about this.
I'm just going to say it. A layoff is personal when it affects your entire personal life. When a job is the only way you can get housing, healthcare, food, access to mental health resources, because all of those things are tied to having an income. It's personal. Yeah, I said it.
What really gets me is how widespread this has become. It's not just one sector struggling. It's retail, it's tech, it's manufacturing, it's entertainment, even federal jobs. Big names we all recognize, just letting thousands of people go right after the holidays. And someone in those clips said it perfectly. A layoff is personal. Personal, yeah? It touches everything. And sadly,
So, chat, my fault. I was talking and shit and I was muted. We gonna get into another video because of the simple fact of that's sad. All this shit is just sad. You got people doing layoffs, and then they put the X-Files guy in the middle of the damn video to really like explain. You're gonna have people, I'm telling you, everybody gonna be FBI, open up! I'm telling you right now, because it's getting out of order. People got no hope. That word hope is gone. Americans used to have this thing called the American dream. Do you really still have the American dream? Think about what I'm asking you. Do you really still have the American dream? Do you believe in it? To the young people that's watching this, and I'll be watching this in the future, hopefully, thank you for the, for the thing. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. But ask yourself, do you have a future in this country? Do you really have a future in this country? Parents, people who are parents right now in this chat, do you think you're doing the best thing to set your child up for a future in this country? I ain't gonna give y'all the sound because y'all don't deserve that. I'm gonna need y'all to step up. I'm gonna need my people to step up. Don't be shocked. Because look, there's a lot of things gonna change. And I'm here to help you out. Gifted Fellas is here to help you out. We're here to tell you the truth about yourself, and I'm here to tell you the truth, what's to come, and be prepared for it. Now, my objective right now is I gave you the ugly, I gave you the bad. Now it's my job to give you hope before I get up out of here. Now, hopefully,
back now with our Consumer Confidential, and the new year has a lot of people thinking of a fresh start. And if that includes a job change.
Chat, hear me out. Please take this advice. This is a LinkedIn CEO for the people that's on LinkedIn, for the people that's on Indeed that is looking for a job. Right here, first video. I'm not talking about what you can work on. I'm not talking about the craft you can create. I am talking about the actual things you can apply for. And if you have some type of background, knowledge, or if you're looking to get into, please identify these jobs. Please go out there and do what you got to do. And let's get our country back, man. Because there's something coming. And we're not paying attention. No, Diddy. Whoa. Nothing is coming. Whoa. Whoa. All right, so let's get to it. Please, if y'all need me to play it back to write down the list or watch this on YouTube, shout out to the content creators. The link will be in the description, as always. Please pay attention.
Listen up. Today, LinkedIn is out with its annual list of jobs on the rise, highlighting the fastest growing careers and trends in 2026. And here with an exclusive first look is LinkedIn's editor-in-chief, Dan Roth. Dan, welcome back. Good morning, sir. Yeah. Before we get to the jobs on the rise, let's just start with a snapshot of the job market as we start this new year. How are we looking?
So we did a recent survey, found that 56% of Americans say they are going to be looking for a new job this year. That's about the same as last year, but this year's crop is doing it in a much tighter job market. So there are jobs out there. They're harder to find. They're concentrated in particular industries. It's uneven. So if you're one of those people who's looking for a new job, it is important to really be armed with information about where there's growth and then really be prepared to pivot if necessary.
Dan, every time I talk to you, AI is top in the list of jobs. I imagine that's still the case? Still
very much the case. So massive investment in AI, in the technology and in the infrastructure, that's leading to sustained hiring demand for AI roles. Now, what's cool this year is that we're seeing it's not just in technical roles, but it's spread out in strategy, operations, even real estate, planning. So there's lots of ways into the hiring boom. Now, at the very top of the list, you can see these are all kind of more technical roles around building, refining, deploying AI systems. So if you're an AI engineer, #1 job on the rise this year. If you were an AI researcher, you're seeing that at #5. #2, AI consultant, strategist, and then some data or content analysts. So this is really helping refine the systems. When you drop down deeper, #11, you start getting into these data center roles. So you're seeing things like construction managers or commissioning managers, all kinds of planning roles around building out data centers around the country. These are really geographically dispersed roles. And you don't have to be a STEM specialist to be able to get into the AI boom. So that's cool.
You also say there's a rise in self-directed roles.
Yeah.
What are they and what's leading to the rise?
Yeah, so this is like founder, basically. You can think about it that way. But as career ladders get more rickety and as companies start cutting back, people are really investing in themselves. So founder debuted on our list this year, #9. The number of U.S. professionals who are listing founder on their profile, that's increased 69% year over year. That's triple what it was in 2022. It's incredible. And I think this is really tied also to AI because people now have the ability to be able to start these roles and to be able to ask AI the questions about areas where you're not really good. So Mark Cuban talked about this recently with us. He talked about like how AI is great at doing the blocking and tackling that's required to start a role. So if you're a founder, if you're an independent consultant, if you're a venture partner, you can now monetize the experience that you have gotten at a traditional role and just bet on yourself. So that's where this is all coming from.
You're also seeing a demand in so-called revenue-driving roles. Explain that.
Anytime the economy starts to tighten, we see these roles really start growing. These are any jobs that bring revenue into a company. So if you're a field marketing specialist or an ad sales specialist, a fundraising officer, you have the sort of guaranteed impact. Companies prioritize those roles because they are like, we know exactly how much money you're going to bring in for us. And so when there's uncertainty, you want someone who's going to be bringing in the money.
Some of these things sound kind of daunting, like AI or founding a company.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a change to something that you're hearing right now, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's a great call. It's a great question. Really, the key is rethinking what you're doing, not as a job, but as a set of skills. So you want to understand, what are the skills you're great at? I'm a great storyteller. I'm really great at analyzing data. And then once you know your skills, you go to the jobs on the rise list, you see where the demand is, because the demand is super uneven, and then start working backwards. What are the skills that are required to be a construction planning coordinator or an independent analyst? What are the skills that I have that will get me there? Then you want to start doing storytelling. How do my skills relate to the skills that are required to do this job? Yeah. You put together a new profile, in your cover letter, you explain it really clearly. You got to help employers understand why you can do this job, even if you've never done it before. It's all about the skills.
Dan Roth, you
So
always
helpful
bring it.
as always. Really.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
When we get fired, you're our first call.
Lots of jobs. Everyone can do this.
You're our first call.
I like that you're just like laying the groundwork
Just
right
a
now.
matter of time.
All right.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't So like I said, chat, as you seen that video pretty much explains what I'm trying to help with and go towards. If you need a new job on LinkedIn, please play that part back. It will be up soon, probably next week. The video, actually maybe this week. It will be up this week. Please watch. Please write it down. Please take notes. Please look into these new jobs, because it's going to be a new wave, as you can see from the AI. Now, whenever y'all ready, chat. Whenever y'all ready. I told you I got mine. I told you I got mine. I told you I got mine. Whenever y'all ready, America, you fighting? Is it time to turn up? Because you're sitting at home waiting for this to happen. FBI, open up! Or this to happen. And I'm tired. I'm tired, chat. Are you tired? Are you tired? I'm just saying. Daddy Trump, you my man. I love you, bro. No cap, no cap. You good, we good, we good. You know what I'm saying? We good, Daddy Trump. But look, everybody else? Everybody else? Whenever y'all ready, chat. Whenever y'all ready, let me know. I want to thank everybody for coming through today. I'm going to go get ready for the podcast later. We got a lot of things to do. We got a lot of things to talk about. Shout out to the gifted fellas. Shout out to It's Just Kiki. Shout out to everybody that pulled up in the kick. I appreciate the love. ITzJusLP Wake and Bake Reviews. This is part 7. Till next time, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Freestyle Music Wednesdays. So before I get out of here, let me tell y'all the lineups for what days if y'all want to pull up. On Monday, I'll talk about a little bit more seriousness because I got the podcast on Monday. On Wednesday, we talking about music, history, gang, bang, whatever you want to talk. All day, Diddy parties. Take that. Take that. And then on Friday, we talk about crime, crazy people. You know, just, we chilling. This is a good show, a little good side show. And I appreciate everybody for pulling up once again. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Good times with the gifted fellas. Be there. 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Good times with the gifted fellas. Be there. I need y'all to pull up on me and my peoples because we accept all types of donations and we do everything. You feel me? I hope I helped y'all. I hope I gave y'all good advice. See y'all later. Until next time, motherfuckers. Bye.
everybody talks about, you know, that spiritual awakening and the waves and all this. Yeah, all that's fun, but nobody really walks you through the shadow process.
She said, don't leave when my eyes close. He lives by the blindfold. Their way isn't my fate. Is it selfish if I let go? I can't feel my pain. I can't feel my pain. Spinning, run around like it's I'm spinning out, spinning out. I'm spinning out. You're making this hard for me. Seen some things only God could see. To feel so alone isn't no. To remember how low it could get. I know the work is so far below the family. I had to grow. The pick of the litter was never considered. You ask me now why are my feelings remote? I flew up and down the coast. The source of my fortunes inside of my soul. Restoring that feeling for everyone hopeless. I'm just showing there's something to live for. Beauty in you and me, not always simple. But that's all part of the dream. I want you to see it through. Baby, just don't give up on me. Run around, I can settle down.